Going on Izzy fishing today. We're out here on the local aqueduct. Gonna try it out. I'm gonna fish along right here, see if they got anything good. So, got this new rod and reel yesterday. The Daiwa Crossfire 2500 series light. The Dobbins Colt series, medium fast action. So we're running with today. I just stopped by this little aqueduct here in town because might do some more fishing a little bit later on. So just passing some time by right here, but I'm gonna try it out, see if anything bites. It's steep right here. It's nice to finally be around some clear water. A lot of the spots I go to have some pretty murky water. You can't even see your jig until it gets real close to the shore. Yeah, I did get this rod and reel because I think it was about a week ago I went to go catfishing pretty late at night. It was a Shimano Syncopate 2500 series on a Rhino Tough medium heavy fast action, and so that was my favorite setup because that was the first time I actually spent money on a spinning reel combo. Pretty much all I've been buying is bait casters and stuff like that. It wasn't a lot of money, but I finally set up a little rig for spinning reel combo, was rocking that one, went to the aqueducts, was catching huge catfish, about 6-7 pounds, and as I was sitting down at a Syncopate combo I had folded in, like it bent the rod, and because catfish will just pick up and go, they don't really nibble, they kind of just take it and run or swim. So I got up to run and go grab my pole, and after like 1 or 2 steps my pole goes into the water with it. Maybe 11:30. It was pretty upsetting, so it was a good excuse for me to go grab a new combo. This setup was about 135 bucks after tax. Everything I spent about 150 bucks for both of these. First time using it out here, so it feels really smooth, honestly. Like the way it feels. The reason I didn't go too crazy on the reel is because I'm not too worried about like needing a nice reel right now. It's just something that'll work, Pretty decent rod as well. Colt series Dobbins. I'm gonna be rocking the rod for a bit. Whenever I do want to get a nicer reel combo for about a 2500 series, 3000 series, I'll just put it on this rod, so that's really the reasoning behind that. But this water's pretty deep, honestly. It's a lot deeper than I thought it would be. I'll probably let this sink a little bit. Yeah, there's definitely some fish in here. Maybe the fish are trying to get some shade. You can pull them up out of there real quick. show them off. Really don't even need the shades. Right next to this shadow, covered pretty good. So instead of immediately bringing it back, kind of letting it sink a little bit, because this water is a little bit deeper in the center. I noticed because while I was bringing it back, when I was reeling it in earlier, when I would just throw it out and bring it back immediately, I just see it pretty close to the top, to the surface as I'm bringing it back. I'm assuming these fish are going to be a little bit lower this morning, so I'm going to let it drop a little bit before I start, digging it back in and see if we can get at least a nibble that way, just so we know that the fish are biting. So cars are driving right, in front of my head. So if a car's passing by, it throws a water bottle out, it might hit my head. I could literally reach up and touch the surface. So you usually see a lot more minnows, at least in my opinion. I feel like another way to tell if fish are going to be biting is if you'll see a lot of minnows on the bank right here, and then you'll see a lot more pop-ups in the water. And there's not much of any of that going on. I've seen one minnow, maybe 2 pop-ups. So I don't think they're going to be biting right now. But with fishing, you never really know. It's a toss-up. It's a coin flip anytime you go out fishing, so stick around for a little bit longer. What I'm doing right now is that I know the water's a little bit lower, and I'm just trying to kind of experimenting out here with this jig, is I'll throw it out, let it sink to the bottom like I've been saying, and then every time I'm reeling it back in, do a couple little tugs, let it drop back down again, and same thing, just do the same thing. Kind of like a Senko, but it's a lot smaller of a rig. Just experimenting, you never really know. Seeing a lot of bubbles underneath this bridge. Throw something under there, see if we can get any activity. It's coming off, so we're just gonna readjust him back on. Now he's fish food again, ready to go back out there. I think I'm running 10-pound line on this. They put line on the reel when I bought it, so not the best if you're gonna go with something as light as I'm using, but make it work. And honestly, if I wanted to get this, I could probably get this jig to go out a lot farther if I set up with probably around 4-pound line. I could get this thing to fly a lot farther than it already is, especially for the weight and everything. Yeah, no bites. Haven't got any nibbles at all. I've only been out here for about 20 minutes, I would say, but it'd be a lot more signs of activity if there was fish biting. So I think we're gonna have to move from this spot, try somewhere else. So more than likely we're gonna just go to an entire new spot. Probably gonna stay in the same little canal, but we are gonna change spots, see if we get any form of fish life, just a different part of this canal. So we're gonna pick up camp, cast somewhere else. All right, so I was walking. Doesn't look like this spot is gonna be a good one. I'm just gonna take off, try to find a new spot completely, see what happens. Pull up to a new area. Hopefully we'll get some good fish. Fish this little spot. There's a lot of room to fish. Against these rocks right here or over there is gonna be my best bet. We will see a lot of minnows. A nice rocks for some bass to chill out in. But for now, I think we're just gonna hang out right a little bit down here, I think. Try not to fall in. Boom. Post it on this rock right here. See what we get. Not sure how well this angle is gonna work, but the good thing about fishing is you don't need a good video to catch good fish. Deal with it, in other words. My biggest fear is getting skunked out here, but I'm gonna do my best to try to make it entertaining enough to where I would watch it. So see if I'd be able to pull that off. Definitely should be rocking about six pound mono, 6 to 4 pound. I'd be able to cast a lot farther. There's an insane amount of minnows here though. See if I could show you real quick. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but you guys are everywhere, just swimming along. Bunch of them. Hopefully that means that their mom and dads will be around somewhere so I can catch them. I'm interested to see how this rod and reel combo is gonna kind of feel when I do catch a fish compared to my other setups. I want to see if I can tell the difference. Now, like I said in the beginning, this reel is not like top of the line stuff, or I mean it's decent, but it's not like good stuff, you know. But the rod is a little bit higher quality than what I'm used to, is what I'm looking forward to. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we gotta catch fish. Alrighty, we're at the new spot, picking up our bait, frozen sardines. We should have some more luck out here, but my phone is dying, so get as much footage as we can while we're out there and see how it goes.
Where the neon glows, every block tells a tale the whole city knows. Rhythms in the shadows where the cold wind blows. Life's a gamble on the streets, anything goes. Blue that echoes through the alleys at night. Silver samples lift the darkness to light. Kids sounds like a heartbeat fight. Pretty vibes keep my story inside. Struggle and climb. The clock keeps spinning, but I'm owning my time. Words like puzzle pieces fitting tight in the rhyme. Snares punch louder than the city's sunshine.
Get a little piece of sardine like that big. There it is. Hasn't even been a minute. Bait got stolen. Come back over here, cut up another piece, and we'll be good. Good to go. Some pop-ups already, looking good so far. What I like to do is I'll run it somewhere to the top up here once. Good connection, let that hook come through again, push it all the way through, then run it back so it has 2 points where it can hook on, and it'll be harder to come off unless you get hung up on a rock or whatever, like what just happened. But should be good. It works for me almost every time I'm out here. Casting this about middle of this thing, and we're just walking with it as it's going with the current. Whenever there's a fish on, you'll know a fish is on. Game time. We're just gonna keep doing that.
Concrete drains where the neon glows. Every block tells a tale the whole city knows. Rhythms in the shadows where the cold wind blows.
If I leave my phone out here too long, it'll overheat. Be able to record anything, so I'm going to turn it off for now. If I catch anything, we'll I'll record it, get some good stuff. We got one playing with it right now. See if he'll commit so I can set the hook, but feels like he was able to take the bait off. We're snagged. I'm pretty sure the last fish just took my bait. But here's a cool little trick I like to do whenever I'm snagged. Go ahead and grab that line right there. Pinch it pretty close. Give it a little tension. Flick this line like this. Boom. Just like that. You're unhooked. Pull it all the way. Cool little tip. Alrighty. Fish number 2. Here he is. He's a little bit bigger. Pretty little thing. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Nice little fella. Ripped his lip a little bit. Right there. Not too good, but there seem to be biting, and I'm not being able to catch any of it on camera, so I'm gonna probably put you guys right here on this little pouch. Hopefully we can get some good footage of me actually reeling them in. But yeah, that's fish number 2. So good thing today we didn't get completely skunked. Alrighty, I don't know how this angle is gonna work. I'm gonna try this chest view. See how it goes.
But I can go with the 3.
Sheesh.
Just to make it stay more in the middle.
Yeah. I know I keep getting snagged like around like over here.
Yeah, they're just snagging.
Already.
Yeah.
Kind of. There's another guy somewhere over there, and he has a GoPro on his head, making me quite jealous considering I'm improvising to get these shots with one phone. But hopefully soon, sometime in the future, hopefully we can get ourselves an action camera, start getting 2 POVs and a lot more interesting content. Humble beginnings of a fishing channel. Twice. For some reason, these hooks are not setting at all. I just got hit again. I'm not sure if it was picked up or not. But these striper are definitely having fun with our stuff. Check if my bait's even on there still. Feels like it is. Yes, it is. All right. Recast.